Turn my headphones up. All right. It's 8:15 with the Trap Queen. 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 You know the vibes. Yeah, you know the vibes. What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. Y'all, it's Friday Eve. I'm lit. Oh, this has been a week, okay? So, you know how to come with the vibes, because, you know, we are here. We are here. Okay, like it or not, we here. So we gonna have fun while we here doing this forced emphasis on the D. Okay, forced rewatch. Okay, season 1, episode 1 and 2. This is the first installment. Please rock with me for the next 5 weeks as we just recap what had happened in Power Book 4 Force. Okay, season 1. All right. Before we get into the things, make sure you're liking this video, subscribe, supporting your girl, okay? I don't put in the hard work and effort of rewatching these episodes. The least y'all can do is, get the index finger, the middle finger, the pinky, the thumb. I don't care what finger you use. Use your big toe, your baby toe. Please do all you need to do to like this video, okay? That's all I'm asking, all right? I don't think I'm asking for much, all right? So I will definitely appreciate your support. What's up, Mr. Jones, DeMarcus, Daria? Thank y'all for coming through. You know how we do in the chat. Please chime in. If you're watching the replay, do all the things as well, okay? Like me, all right? Well, you like me, but you know what I'm saying? Like me in the video, okay? So, y'all, let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna laugh to keep from crying, all right? So, before we get into it, actually, I'm curious as to what you guys rate the season 1 of Force. Put down in the chat and in the comments if you're watching the replay what you rate the the season. Okay, I'm just curious. I'm trying to do a little temperature check to see where we at, if y'all was happy with it or not. All right. Hey, Tamika, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it, boo. While y'all doing that, start off in a positive note. I forgot how fire the theme song was. I don't know if it was you, DeMarcus, or somebody else that was like, yeah, they talk about the themes. I forgot. I mean, they were just giving me the feelings, okay? The money, the powder. I want all the things. So, yes, I'm like, yeah, shout out to Forrest. 50 always coming through. He collecting all the checks, okay? He was like, yeah, I can do that. Give me an hour. Okay, give me a track. Give me a couple features. I got you, stars. Okay, so shout out to 50 for that fire theme song. And there was actually a lot of good songs in these 2 episodes. We got a lot of Travis Scott. Definitely giving, vibes. I mean, a little dark, of course. Force is definitely one of the darkest installments in the Power universe. So it was Power. They're gonna do one thing. They're gonna get you clothes right, and they're gonna get your score right. The musical score is gonna be fire. So I just wanted to point that out on a positive note. Okay, not saying I'm being negative. I'm not, but I'm just saying, starting off positive. All right. Yes, Tamika, she's agreeing with me. Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree, Mr. Jones. And it's crazy because Kanan was my least anticipated and ends up being my favorite. So it's crazy how things happen, but it's okay. I feel like at this time is no direction to go but up from here. Okay. So we're going to get to it. All right. So, okay, the episode opens up, right? Tommy, he on the road and he reflecting on everything that had happened. Okay, we thinking about, Kate telling him, why he leaving New York. All right, everything he loves is there. We see Spanky, a flashback of him shooting Spanky in the bifocal. All right, I was like, oh Lord, Spanky, if there's a way to go, I'm just saying. Stitches, snitches don't only get stitches, okay? They get shot in the bifocal, all right? Shout out to Spanky, I guess, all right? He thinking about Tariq stealing from him, Ghost dying, Raina dying, Keisha dying, like Teresi, like he over there reflecting on life. I'm like, dang, Tommy. I'm really surprised you're not really on a coke binge right now. We already know Tommy. When he's stressed out, he over there, the lines is up the nose, all right? So I guess I could be appreciative of the more sober Tommy. And based on superhero Tommy and the antics he get into, I don't think he could really function the way he's functioning in Force sober, all right? I mean, well, I would say high. So he got to be, sober to be doing all these things, okay, that we gonna get into. Demarcus, you say you give Force season 1 a solid 7, just need more character development. Thank you, Demarcus, for the super chat. I appreciate it. You're welcome. I appreciate the thank you because, child, I done spent like 4 hours of my life watching these episodes twice, all right? Twice. So I appreciate it. You said you thought Tommy was gonna off himself at first. Yeah, I mean, if that would have happened, we would have no season. Unless we're gonna have 9 episodes of the funeral, okay? But yes, he's over there reflecting, and he brings this loud scream. You know how ghosts used to be screaming. And he was like, ah, and I'm like, all right, it's giving, a little more aggressive Busta Rhymes, but I'm gonna deal with it. And he ends up taking a detour because he's supposed to be going to LA to sell some more work. But we see he goes to Chicago. All right. First stop, okay? Just like Little Red Riding Hood, we got to go to Grandma's house, okay? He goes to Grandma's house, get a little static by this little pump. He handled him, but he realized Grandma ain't even dead. She over there at a nursing home. So do y'all feel that Kate was wrong for telling Tommy that grandmother's dead? Because we kind of get a sense low-key that grandma was racist, okay? So let me know in the chat if Kate was wrong or not by telling Tommy grandmama dead, okay? I don't know how I would feel. My mama told me my grandma dead and she not. I don't know. I think I would feel away. But y'all let me know if Kate was wrong or not, because I love Kate, but I got to hold her accountable if I feel like she was wrong. I'm in the middle. I need more context, honestly, because it seems like the grandmother wasn't even rocking with JP in them. So, I gotta power to the people, all right? I'm just saying. Tamika said Kate was always trifling. Yes. DeMarcus said Kate lied about Tony Teresi and Miriam. In facts. Yeah, I learned that's a common theme of power. If you don't want people to find their peoples, tell them they dead. Or they never existed. I'm saying I ain't never lived in such a world where everybody fake dead. But go off, Kate, all right? So we cut to Diamond, okay? Diamond over there in the prison, giving cuts or what have you. I did like the scene where, he was kind of checking with the guard, razors up, razor down. I mean, it seems very exhausting if you ask me, because I don't have time. Suppose he's doing like 4, 5, 6 heads a day. I'm not about to be reporting every little move I make. I'm not, okay? I'm just saying. Bobby Brown can tell you about every little step he makes, but I'm not doing that. So shout out to you, Diamond, to get the old man right. They had a little cute, little sentimental moment, but it was cool, all right? So he goes back to cell block D, all right? Shout out to D Block in the locks. We get introduced to Rojas, okay? He's over there hating. So apparently, Diamond put Rojas in a wheelchair, okay? So Rojas, he tell his people, like, once he get comfortable and get out, we gonna get that fool. So I'm like, okay, we gotta be on alert. Diamond got some static over there in cell block D, all right? Hey, Candy Love, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. So Diamond gets released, all right? Let me know, like, I mean, I'm used to probably dealing with the CEOs from like Rikers Island and Sing Sing and Attica, because I used to visit all the jails. Okay, child. Shout out to my family. I love y'all, but y'all some criminals. Okay, so do we feel that it was kind of cheesy or not for like the CEOs to give Diamond a parting gift? Like they gave him a little, barbering set. Looks, it was like little gold plated and whatnot. So I'm just like, oh, this is, I don't know. the sentimental person, I was like, okay, this is so cute. Like, I'm shedding a third tear, but I'm like, okay then. Yeah, over there giving parting gifts. All right. I mean, he was in there for 15 years. So I guess, they built a rapport. He probably didn't give him no problems or nothing. So go off, CEOs. I mean, yeah. If I was in there and get released next week and find out y'all gave Diamond a gift, I'm like, where my gift at, bro? Like, what's up? Can I get a gift card? Like, to Chick-fil-A? Like, what we doing here? But let me stop asking for too much. DeMarcus said Diamond turned Rojas into St. Louis from the Player Club. Oh Lord. I mean, at least he gonna get fire parking spots. I mean, we gotta find the light in every situation, all right? So Tommy, I guess him realizing what's going on with grandma and all right, all the deaths and everything that's happening. He was, I need me a drink. Okay. So he goes to the bartender. Hey, and it's Gloria. Okay, big Glow. Shout out to Glorilla. She over there, giving Tommy a little drink. It looked like it's like 11 in the morning. So I ain't mad, Tommy. Drink what you got to drink. Okay, as long as you ain't on that cocaine. All right. You all right with me. So he like did a little flirtation, so whatnot. So he, smelled some food, and she was like, "Oh, it's some pepper pot stew." She was like, So it was fun because he was like, "Yeah, I like to eat," and I was like, "Ooh, Tommy, eat what? Like, we talking freaky deaky at 11 in the morning? Like, what we doing here?" What we doing here? So I'm like, okay, Tommy. I mean, I know you ain't that sad over Keisha because you over here flirting, talking about you like to eat. All right. So he takes his little drink, and she was like, well, the kitchen ain't open. All right. So she was telling him, like, hey, my legs and the kitchen open at 10 o'clock. So slide back through and I'ma handle you, boo. So I was like, okay. All right, Glow. You ain't shy. We know that. All right. He goes back to the bar that night. And we are introduced, all right, to Vic Flynn, all right, Simon, and Paulie. And they have a little issue with Tommy and his little parking spot or whatever. He was like, dang, what's going on with this town? Because Tommy ain't never had no issue with parking in the New York of the city, okay? The most retardedest parking place in the world. New York of the city. But he go to little old Chicago way. I know it ain't little, but yeah, he's like, what's going on here? I ain't never had these problems in New York. I'm just saying, I was doing fine over there in Soho. So there's a little static, all right? And we immediately see Tommy is going to be punking these fools, okay? We see Paulie, he's level-minded, okay? He's the mature one. Because Simon and Vic, the maturity level ain't really on par, but they clear it up, okay? Vic is over there talking to Gloria, okay? We learn they have a little situation over there, okay? And she's like, I ain't got time for this right now. I'm on the clock. I don't have time for no personal business, all right? So, we can't be together, okay? Your dad is pulling your strings. He over there being Geppetto and whatnot. And I don't have time for this. I'm a grown woman, okay? So once you get your grown man on, we can talk. All right. And so Victor, he was like, I just can't leave my dog. I can't leave my dog hanging like that. And so I'm like, see, Gloria off rip. That's a red flag. We don't have time for the racism. We don't have time for the codependency. Like, it's too much. Vic is not a good choice. But Gloria, you do you, boo. All right. So we are introduced to actually, before that, let me just finish off the rest of this bar situation, okay? So Simon, he a little high. Like, the nose is definitely giving coke, all right? So he's trying to get some black snatch, all right? And so she was like, wait a minute, like, leave me alone, Simon. Of course, Glow goes over there to kind of, see what's going on. She kind of, gives Simon some attitude. And so Tommy was like, oh, let me go ahead and go on my phone booth and get my cape. And I must, slide on in and be superhero Tommy. All right. So when Simon goes out, we hear him talking about some drug transaction in business. Right after that, Tommy gives Simon the business and looks at the drop information on the phone, 3 a.m., 15th Street or whatever. I was like, oh, what a quinky dink. You get to beat up this young fella just right, just right after he gets an important text about some drugs, okay? And then Gloria comes. She was like, oh, what's going on here? He was like, well, not too serious. It's not going to blow back on you. She was like, no, it ain't going to blow back on me, but you could go ahead and blow my back out. So they proceed to have the sex, y'all. They proceed to have the sex. I was like, yeah, you definitely not shy, Glo. All right. Glorilla, you are not shy, but I ain't tripping, girl. I mean, be liberated. Speaking of liberated, we get introduced to Claudia and Da, okay? Claudia, operate, we seen the thirst, okay? She thirsty, all right? She more thirstier than a camel in the desert, all right? She trying to get into that work. She trying to get her hands dirty. She's tired of being the administrative assistant of the business, and she wants to go ahead and do some field work. But Da, of course, he's a little racist. He's a little sexist. So he's like, no. Your pretty little dainty hands is not enough to be in them streets playing around. All right, I'm going to need you to still do this paperwork. Make sure our numbers is good. And that's that. Of course, she ain't happy. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to relieve my stress and go hit the club. She go hit the club, have a little weird transaction with some people. And next thing we notice, we find out that she speaks Lebionics. She speaks Lebionics, aka she likes the lady friends, okay? So she gets all intimate, with a woman. They take it back to the crib, all right? So they started doing freaky-deaky stuff and doing the drugs, all right? And so immediately we find out there's some drug that's out there that's different and that's new. And that's what Claudia, she's trying to get into. So we already see the little setup and the opportunity that she's trying to gain. All right. Yes, Candy Love. Oh Lord, Claudia. So y'all, okay, you already know. There's going to be one hella super duper goofy ass scene in this episode, okay? So we about to get on into it, all right? So we already know Tommy got the drop information from Simon, all right? So we see Vic over there in the car. He over there like, dang, Simon, where you at? All right. We hear the phone ring. He was like, what the hell? Tommy shoots the windshield. I'm like, all right, you messing up Vic vehicle. I mean, I'm pretty sure he in good hands with Allstate or whatever. But that's kind of rude, Tommy, all right? I'm just saying. So he was like, introduce me to your connect. So he's demanding to get access and to meet the connect. All right. Vic, he takes Vic gun. All right. So Vic is unarmed. They go into this warehouse and we meet Jannard, okay, head of the CBI. So apparently there's this connect. Both are new to these two people in these big organizations. They're pretty much opposing in the city. But they get scammed, okay? Zamos is pretty much comprised of two flunky, junky-ass little kids, all right? And of course, Tommy peeping the whole thing. He peeping that the kids is on their first deal. He was like, hey, did you guys do your due diligence? You guys didn't even test the purity of this product. Did you test it for limazone? Or, he was mouthing off these 18 letter ass, ingredients that I don't know nothing about because I don't be selling no drugs. But they was like, oh, no. So they high. So immediately start a shootout because they nervous. Tommy ends up killing the two guys. Jannard gun jams. Vic don't have the gun because Tommy have it. And I'm like, I swear, Tommy, the statistics of the bullish that you got going on, you need to win the lottery. I mean, I'm just saying, you should have won the lottery by now. You know the lottery numbers. You are one lucky ducky son of a gun to be able to do all of this. I'm just saying, Jesus Christ, oh Lord, like what are the odds? The Connect run out of bullets, Jannard gun jams, and Vic ain't got no gun. So of course, Tommy got the drop on Jannard and Vic. And he gets the option to pretty much leave with the guns in the butter. Sorry, not the guns in the butter. You know what I mean? I was thinking about baby boy. But you know what I'm saying? He got the work and the money. And then the fact that they pointed out Vic's goofy ass came to the drop light, a.k.a. he had all the money. So, Vic, do you think they was going to give you an installment plan? Like, do you think they was going to let you pay part of it with EBT or, you know what I'm saying, a future dated check? Like, Vic, this is why you just, he is so damn goofy, y'all. And I don't know if I'll be able to deal with it for the next 5 weeks. Well, more than that, because we got a whole nother season. Maybe he'll die soon in season 2. I don't know, but that's goofy as hell. You on your first drop, you don't even know. You didn't even do your due diligence and do research on this Connect, but you're going to show up to the first drop shocked. That's some crackhead-ish. It's giving Smokey and Big Worm at the ice cream truck. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Flip it over. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Like, you could have got killed. All right. But he got some luck that Tommy got because Tommy was able to do all of that and still come out on top. I don't get it. I don't get it, y'all. I mean, I think part of my issue is based on these 2 episodes, Tommy was able to do and get away with so much without a scratch. Without a scratch. We already know Tommy. Now, don't get me wrong. I know he had to grow. He can't use ghosts as a crutch. But at the end of the day, you're able to just come into this town and wreck shit with all these other crews having an advantage at some point or another. Like, we don't watch Tommy pump Chicago at least 5 to 6 times per episode. That's averaging 1 pump per 10 minutes. That's part of my issue. Okay, guys. So the next day, we see Tommy here over there doing the Googles on the flans. He doing the Googles for CBI because, you know, he was taking mental notes when he was doing the drop. All right. And so we learned that Diamond, you know, was in the prison, you know, for 15 of the things. Okay. 15 years. And he learns that the Flins are, you know, pretty prominent family. You know, they deal with the pharmaceutical of the drugs. Hey, Queen. Yes. Yes, Vic is a clown. All right. So Diamond, Jannard, you know, they have a little brotherly meeting. You know, they walk in the block and they're discussing how Jannard's retarded behind got pumped out of his drugs and his money. Okay. And he's talking about pretty much Tommy as some mythical object in, you know, situation. Like, you know, he was like, oh, he's like a ghost. Like, he over there, you know, so he low-key saved us, but he still got our ish. Okay. So, of course, Big Brother Diamond's like, all right, we're going to find Casper. We're going to find Casper. I'm like, child, this, okay, go off. DeMarcus, you said Vic should be with Braden and Power, but too. Vic is an amateur. No, we don't need two wet behind the ear white boys doing drug businesses. DeMarcus, you trying to get them killed. You trying to get them killed. We need somebody over there using the brain cells. All right. So Vic and Claudia. Oh, also I want to just, you know, point out that Diamond is still very much institutionalized, and, you know, rightfully so. This is his first night, you know, in his nice little, you know, loft or what have you. We see him, you know, sleeping on the floor because I'm sure the hard, you know, surface comforts him more than the, you know, nice Serta or Sealy, you know, that he has. Okay. So we got to make note of that. And then we also see Vic and Claudia have a conversation, and Vic wants to get in the coke. Claudia, ooh, that may be a little mashup. Claudia, somebody gonna name their child that. So Claudia over there was like, no, the block is hot. The fans already lurking. Like Coke is too much. We don't need all that. I mean, I prefer the Coke over the Dahlia. Like Walter Flynn told you, we need consistent drugs here. Okay, we need old faithful drugs. But she thirsty, so we gonna let her drink. All right. So we go to see grandma, y'all. We go to see grandma at the nursing home. Miriam, she's, she gone a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Is, some form of dementia or Alzheimer's or what have you. And Tommy, he introduces himself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Tom. So he over there showing grandma a picture, right? And she was like, Tommy. And I was like, oh, grandma, we lit. Grandma, remember Tommy? And then immediately, rest in bitch face. Now, that is funny, but it was, that's how it is. Their memory be going. So, of course, he's on an emotional roller coaster, because he's like, dang, I ain't see grandma since I was 4. I'm over here 40. And she halfway don't remember me. But hey, Tommy, that's just, you gotta blame Kate. Blame Kate, all right? Well, she probably saved you because, I don't know, grandma would have liked Tommy. She really ain't F with JP enough. So Tommy would have been safe. But see, we didn't need no racist Tommy, because if Tommy was racist, then he wouldn't have his brother go. So that one to work. Hey, Samara, thank you for coming through. So he noticed somebody, following him when he leaving grandma. So, when you a gangster, you just be knowing like, oh yeah, somebody trying to play me. So he, get the blicky out. And so, he presses JP because JP behind him. Well, what you doing coming here talking and seeing Mary or Eager? I'm like, all right, Midnight Storm, radio voice JP. And so he pretty much was like, I'm her grandson. And he was like, oh, I'm her grandson too. So I'm like, okay, did Miriam have multiple kids? Like, we cousins? Child. Kate was over here doing the damn thing, okay? Kate did not discriminate, all right? I'm just saying, if y'all need me to lay down some bars, I'll give you my little bar fee. I only charge like $5K a verse, so I may give you a little discount. But anywho, we find out that they over there and they brothers. They're happening, they're singing, and they're brothers. Give them a high five. So yeah, they over there comparing notes. So come to find out, Kate done left JP with his daddy, and she took Tommy to New York or the city. Or she probably stopped over to Jersey because she was a stripper in Atlantic City. So I don't know if she was making that commute to New York in Atlantic City back and forth, or she, started off light at Jersey, realized, the gentleman callers wasn't hitting on nothing in Jersey, and it took her behind to New York. That's probably what happened. She was like, Jersey ain't really hitting on nothing. I'm going to go ahead into the New York of the city. I'm going to go ahead and see what these people talking about. So that's probably what happened. We're going to have to find out if that was the truth. But that's the story I'm making up in my head, all right? So, they exchange numbers or what have you, and they go on a merry way, all right? Also, rewind real quick. JP was told by his dad that his mama was dead. So this is the running theme. If you don't want people to know about their people, tell them people died, all right? Mental note. All right, so we see Jannard and Diamond, they over there at a little barbershop. So they over there, reminiscing. This is a familiar barbershop. So, Diamond was like, thank you for keeping up the payments, Jannard. I appreciate it. He was like, I ain't keep up no payments. We own this mother sucker, all right? He was like, for real, for me? So, Diamond likes to, cut the hair or whatever. He like to do the trims. I mean, are you doing Beijing over there, Diamond? Because, dang, I guess they paying for lace fronts too now. So, Diamond, you better get you somebody over there that could do a good lace front. You going to make you some real cheese in that barbershop. I'm just saying, I'm putting you on the game, Diamond. That was free. The next advice, that's going to cost you, all right? So, they kind of talk. So, apparently, Diamond, he's on his Gandhi, okay? He don't really want no violence. He was like, I'm tired of, hurting the people and killing the people. But I'm like, Diamond, are you trying to stop selling the drugs too? because we can't be over here power to the people when it comes to the blickies, but you over here letting the people, get the crack and the coke and what have you. I'm just saying, you over there reminding me of Leon, Snowfall. Like, you gonna be in or you gonna be out. All right. Now, I understand you want to be a non-violent drug dealer, but this ain't what we do in 2000 of the 23 in Chicago. Okay, go over down the old block and tell them fools what you're trying to do, and they ain't gonna rock with you. I'm just saying. So we kind of see there's going to be a little bit of conflict with the brothers. Jannard constantly telling him things change the past 15 years. We can't rock with your old method, but we're going to have to see what this relationship goes with this rewatch, okay? So we see Siemens, okay? He's the most irking looking police officer in American U.S. history, all right? So he goes in all weird and whatnot. Oh, I love this barbershop. Are you new here? Are you the new owner? All right. And so Diamond like, hold up, wait a minute. Now let me get some tools out, because you over here trying to be like, who sent you? Who sent you? So when he was about to pull out a little something to protect himself, Siemens get a little call, and he kind of lifts down to get his phone. And so Diamond kind of noticed his little badge and the blicky. He was like, oh, whew. Diamond, you could have went back in real quick. Okay, saved by the ring. All right. So he's kind of insinuating, that he knows some information about Diamond, and he's being real creepy, but we're gonna have to see where it goes. All right. I really want to talk about his character, because I feel like we definitely need character development with Siemens. But we're gonna see. But right now, he's deemed as the wackest cop in U.S. history. Okay. yes, DeMarcus. Yes, and he also does have one foot in, one foot out the game. We can't do that. We don't play the hokey pokey over here. We play the electric slide. All right. We one hop this time. If you want to do that, you want to do the Cupid shuffle, we can play all the games and all the dances. But what we're not going to do is play the hokey pokey, one foot in, one foot out, Diamond. Like, you got to figure it out. So Rodolfo in LA, he's calling Tommy, like, what's up? Like, you were supposed to start yesterday. All right. You can't do that. Like, when you go to the job, you set a date that you gonna start. Okay, it's called a start date, Tommy. I can't pull up to a job and be like, you know what? I was supposed to come Monday, but y'all gonna see me on Wednesday. Like, it don't work like that, Tommy. Okay, I understand we selling the drugs, but we have to have some sort of professionalism when we selling the drugs. So LA waiting on Tommy. He over there holding them off. All right. While he's on the phone with Rodolfo, we see he got like 11 cars around him. So he's like, what's going on? So, Lord, we see Paulie over there and them. They summon Tommy to Walter Flynn's house. Okay. And so there's this big old dramatic scene. Now, don't get me wrong, Walter Flynn, your house is fire. That's probably one of the most fire houses in the Power history. In terms of the outside. The inside is given castle, weird dungeon, with the decor. So I'm gonna have to switch it up if I move in. But outside, the house is fire. Okay, lakefront, like, yes. But let me just stop. I'm gonna go. I was about to say something, but I'm not gonna say it. So Walter Flynn makes this whole dramatic, monologue, talking about how, Tommy's over there wrecking shop in his city, causing all this drama, yada, yada, yada. I honestly really didn't care. I enjoy the actor, but at this point, I was really looking at the time and seeing how much time was left in this episode, because I'm like, I'm over it. But Tommy ends up returning the drugs, and he was allowed to leave. How do y'all feel about this? Tommy got access to a whole connect, was able to get drugs and money, and was able to go to somebody's house who's supposed to have all this clout and pull off without any repercussions whatsoever. So Tommy was like, yeah, I like these odds over here in Chicago. Ain't nothing like New York. All right, Rodolfo. Nah, I ain't coming home no. You remember like a Harlem Nights when the man called his wife and saying he ain't coming home no more? That's the type of energy and vibe Tommy was on. He was like, yeah, I ain't going to LA. I ain't going to LA. All right. He said, I'm my own boss. I'm not coming. I'm sorry. And I'm like, all right, Tommy, you're not going to be rehireable. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to look at your application again. You're over there leaving people on bad terms. But I'm running ahead in my mind. I would say this because I don't want to go ahead to future episodes. I feel like doing that would have caused a visit from everybody in LA, or at least 2 representatives, okay? Because what you did was waste our time. We could have been over there interviewing other applicants, and you playing with us. You taking detours and what have you. Like, we know this is not what we doing. But let's go off. But that was pretty much episode 1. Before I get into episode 2, y'all, like this video. Like this video, okay? Please. And thank you, all right? Oh, Lord. So, episode 2 starts off. Not barbershop, but, a little bar get shot up, all right? Tommy over there, he looking at Cash and Keisha. I was like, Polo Cash. So he get a little call. It's one of those, typical conspicuous little calls where you saying like 3 lines. Oh, all right, I'm on the way. Then we see it was JP. JP done called Tommy over there to help clean up the shop. And Tommy, he kept it real. He was like, I'm the first person you call. Like, you could have called the police, the fire department, Tyrone, Mike Jones. He gave you your number. Alicia Keys gave her number. Like, you calling me? Okay. He was like, well, you family. Tommy was like, all right, pump your brakes. I come with a lot of terms and conditions, bro. Like, I'm going to need you to pump your brakes. And I appreciate Tommy for that, because most people won't give you a warning when it comes to their bullish, okay? Tommy comes with a lot of bullish, and JP, you should appreciate Tommy breaking down the terms and conditions before you over there trying to really just take him in as a brother. We love Tommy, but he a lot sometimes, all right? So we go on to the Flynn's house and we get, some clues that something going on with Doc, okay? We hear a nurse, talking, and Walter Flynn, he looked like he's sick, okay? So put a pin in that. We over there at the barbershop. Diamond, I don't know if they was at the barbershop. I think that was just at a little gym. I couldn't tell. Don't quote me, all right? And I'm not rewatching that part because I done been through enough, y'all. But Jannard is pretty much telling Diamond, like, the whole Gandhi method ain't it. Okay, I got these 2 young bucks, you know what I'm saying, over here, the little rascals. Yeah, I got Randall and D-Mac, and these fools will pretty much lay anybody down, all right? And Diamond's not on that. He was like, these fools are a liability. Like, we cannot. He was like, they start shooting 15 people dead. We don't need that. I mean, most drug dealers, they do hire kids to do dirty work because they will get less time if they get roped up. So I understand, hiring the underage when it comes to that. But Diamond is right. He was like, you can't be having these reckless ass kids over here protecting us. Like, that ain't going to work. No. So Tommy over there minding his business, walking down a lit alley. And he get attacked by a lady. And come to find out, is Liliana from the OG Power. Season 1, episodes 1 through 3. And don't get me wrong, y'all. At first, I'm like, who this lady? Who the hell is you? But, eventually we learn it's Liliana. And, we do the callback. If y'all don't remember, Liliana was a courier for, the organization. She got slashed by pink sneakers. And Tommy wanted to kill her off rip, all right? But, Ghost was kind of on his Gandhi too. He had morals, okay? No children, no women. So, Julio, my fave, He gave her some bread so she can go and find a new life. Julio was a saint. We need a statue of Julio somewhere, y'all. I'm gonna get a petition going on. I hope y'all sign it because we need a Julio statue somewhere. All right, so Vic over there simping with Gloria. Lord. And Gloria's like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of this. I want you to blow my back out in public. Like, I'm tired of sneaking around. You over there, you gotta keep the tradition up. Your daddy is not gonna go for this. We already know you need a pure white woman, okay, a pure Irish woman to keep the family tradition going. So we can't be messing around like that. I'm like, Vic, you too grown. Okay, you either start your own organization or get you a nice corporate job and figure it out that way. But Vic, he's too dependent. And I'm tired. All right. What's up, Brillo? Thank you for coming through. So he over there getting on my nerves of Gloria. All right. And this is where we start. Superhero Tommy not getting scathed at all. He pop up at the barbershop. And the little young bucks, they really ain't trying to hear it, okay? But he was like, no, I come with the gifts, okay? So he's trying to return the drugs and the money to Jannard and them. And Jannard was like, well, I will at least took the money. He's like, yo, bro, I ain't like that, okay? We operate on a different code, a different standard, okay? I signed the drug dealer code of conduct book, okay? And thou should not steal others' bricks of, visiting their city in the first day, okay? Oh, what's up, Brillo? You said, well, you know how my brain works. A little off, okay? So Tommy was able, to return the bricks and whatnot, but he did get a little static from Elijah, and they was kind of actually trying to sun Diamond because the young bucks was like, I'm not putting the blickies down until I get the nod from Jannard. And you can tell Jannard over there, he kind of dealing with something mentally. He was like, dang, these young bucks riding for me over my brother. I think he kind of like it. I think he got a little hoard, okay? And so they gave him, they give him the nod. And Tommy, he was kind of set free. But he was like, you know what, Diamond, I'm feeling a little Jill Scott in my spirit, okay? Let's go on and take a long walk and talk, all right? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, all right? DeMarcus, you said Liliana should have been Julio's woman and OG Power. They actually make a good couple. I don't know if I wanted Julio to be booed up like that. DeMarcus, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. Okay. Actually, like the little Asian chick he was with. Anywho, so Tommy and Diamond, they're on a Jill Scott flow. And then we see you would hear a little screechy screech. We see a little old school pull up with some static. So Tommy was like, this your ride? He was like, yeah. So apparently these are Rojas flunkies, all right? And so they proceed to kidnap Tommy and Diamond. And Diamond, big behind, got the nerve to say, well, I was waiting on y'all. I knew y'all gonna come with me. So why you rolling on a block light, Diamond? If you knew you had static, why you over here all willy-nilly taking long walks with Tommy? Makes no sense. Like, head is no swivel around the head. No swivel around the head whatsoever. It's pissed me off because I don't know not one person that got out. No, dang. Somebody in the opposing gang working for the cartel is probably going to get at my ass because I don't put him in the wheelchair. And then we learned he didn't, kill him because he didn't want to do life in prison. So he probably went to the hole or something. We don't really know. But why is your head not on the swivel and you over there taking Tommy with you to get kidnapped? So we get the whole, kind of like Tommy and Ghost, we in a, little vacant warehouse and we're getting kidnapped. Ooh, kidnapped. All right. The kidnappers are goofy as hell. I don't know if the writers wrote in for them to really just appear to be goofy. Like, I don't know if they typed that up in the script, but they was goofy as hell. Tommy ends up headbutting one of them, and I'm like, how you get headbutted with somebody in the chair tied up? Sign these fools up for the goofy Olympics. This is retarded, all right? And so Diamond, he did do an honorable thing. He was like, hey, your beef with me, it ain't got nothing to do with Tommy. And they was like, well, he done seen our face. He was like, well, ma'am, you guys were the one that took it upon yourselves to remove your mask. Okay, so that's like kidnapping one-on-one. Like, you didn't read your kidnapping manual. Like, that chapter was chapter 3. Why you didn't read that, ma'am? Tommy knew they was on the bullshit too, all right? So, apparently, they needed Diamond to run some errands for them, okay? The block is hot, okay? It's been like 37 shootings in the past month. So they enlist Diamond to move H and drop the H off to their, distributors or what have you in 3 hours. He was like, okay, cool, but I'm gonna need some help because they was trying to keep Tommy there. And they was like, I don't know about that. He was like, well, I can't do what I need to do if Tommy ain't coming with me. So they was like, all right, cool. We gonna let you go ahead and sell this H for us. H is for that Huron, okay? That Huron. They over there selling the Huron, child. That get time. Ooh, that was risky, okay? Definitely Matthew, he had no respect, no fear. Like, I didn't have no respect or fear for them fools. They was a hot ass mess. So superhero Tommy is able to make 3 successful drops without no issues whatsoever. He goes to the little Spaniards over there in the garage, TNM, okay? That, boom, check off the list. He goes over there to the Jews, okay? Check off the list. Then he goes over to this little trap house where he delivered the brick. The person snorted the brick because he was a drug addict, and he still had the exchange money on him. So, the guy nodded off, and Tommy was still able to recoup the money. You had all this money in the trap house, and you a drug addict. But that's neither here nor there. Tommy and his cape was able to fly along the city of Chicago and make all these drops successfully. Okay. So let's do a quick recap. Okay. So on this episode 2, dos, if you're bilingual or if you just speak Spanish. Okay. Tommy was able to get kidnapped with Diamond. No, let's back it up. He was able to go to the barbershop unscathed, okay, in the hood possibly, okay? You was able to get kidnapped with Diamond. You got summoned to do drops of heroin throughout the city that you're not familiar with. You do those successfully with no repercussion, all right? And then, to make it spicy, the kidnapper's like, well, I think you guys need a little incentive. So we're going to go ahead and kidnap Jannard. But that wasn't the issue because we was able to get Jannard back. Like, I ain't gonna lie, and Brillo, he kind of, was picking on Diamond and his acting or delivery of lines. But that scene, if y'all go to that scene, I swear that shit was so funny to me. They go back, they go to the warehouse, because they completed their mission. I guess it was some, comical level of GTA or what have you. He was like, give me my brother back. Let me see my brother. Like, what? First of all, you come in here making demands. We got the little snipers, we got the lights on you. But that was still weak because them kidnappers was goofy as hell, okay? All right, so Tommy was able to help Diamond to get Jannard back and get paid $25K from Diamond. Now, I know Ice Cube said his day was good, but Tommy's day was goddamn it great, okay? Because you was able to do all of that. And day 2 of Chicago. Try that on old block, okay? Try that on old block, Tommy, okay? Yes, Peanut and Alicia were amateur kidnappers. That was retarded. retarded. Sorry if I'm not being politically correct, but I have no other synonyms to use, and I'm not breaking out to the stories. That was retarded. All right. Oh my God. So now I must say and point out, in the midst of these GTA missions, Diamond did have a situation where I felt very triggered. He was in the car waiting on Tommy to do the last drop, and the police officer, he pissed me off because this man approached Diamond. Okay, he's in Tommy's car in the driver's seat. He was like, you can't be texting on your phone or driving. He said, I'm parked. So you went ahead and was bored enough to really bother this black man for operating his phone when he's not operating a vehicle currently. Pissed me off. Okay. So, Diamond, he's really getting frustrated. And he was like, I'm scared to make any moves. And this was another scene, bro, you still watching. It was definitely giving robotics. I'm not sure if that's what the scene called for. But he's like, I don't want to remove my hands from this steering wheel. I do not want to look in a pose as a threat. I will not go into the glove compartment because this is not my vehicle. I'm like, is he one of the first AIs? Is he an AI? Y'all let me know. I'm just saying, all right. But that was a triggering scene because we kind of go through this, and I was triggered when it's originally aired because at that time we was dealing with a lot of instances in real life like that. All right. So we, see Claudia. She's still trying to convince Da, okay, to sell new product, okay? Because she's like, bro, we over here losing money. All right, we need to find something a little more innovative, in our repertoire, okay? We need to diversify our portfolio. He was like, no. We're not trying to do all that. We need to stick to what's consistent, all right? So Tommy, I don't think he had ate all day, all right? Tommy loved to eat. We ain't see this man eat all day. But he goes to grandma's house, all right, and gives JP the $25K that Diamond gave him. And he said, I told you I would find a way to make the money to help you with your divorce and the club. Okay. And I want to circle back a little bit because in that scene with JP, we learned that JP is homosexual. He has an ex-husband. We know his dad is sick and, he owns that little bar. All right. So, he kind of was hesitating. He was like, no, Tommy, let's look at some. Let's go down memory lane. So he shows Tommy these old tapes of him and Kate. And I was like, I love Kate. She's toxic, but I love her. And, I know Tommy was kind of feeling good a little bit about that. And we learned more about JP. Okay. He talks about his son, D-Mac. And, when he came out of the closet, I'm coming out. I want the world to know, to let it show. Okay, he was coming out, and the baby mother was like, you can come out all you want, but me and my baby gonna leave. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, I would feel away. And we together, I done got your baby, okay, out my vajayjay. And you was playing around the whole time. And we in Chicago. I'm sorry. Somebody would have rolled up. Okay. I don't condone violence, but somebody would have had to roll up. Okay. Whew. But JP said he hasn't seen his son in 14 years. Okay. He fought so hard. He was fighting harder than Martin Luther King to get his son, but his son vanished. Okay. And I still, to this day, I need more insight because that ain't enough information, bruh. We gonna see how that unfolds, but JP, no, I ain't buying it. Okay. So Tommy said, you know what? I still got time. It's only 9 o'clock. So this fool decides to kidnap the kidnappers. Okay. Rojas' flunkies. All right. He burns them in the trunk. And the guy, one of the kidnappers, was wearing this like a Versace inspired shirt. All right. So after he burns them in the trunk, he goes back to the barbershop and kind of waves the shirt as Elijah, Diamond, and Jannard look at Tommy in awe and amazement. I'm just having a moment of silence for the mythical feature, the mythical legend of Thomas Patrick Egan. Because I don't know nobody else that's able to do that. Like, this is crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of fire, but, surface level. But when you really think about it, you did a whole lot since 11 a.m. and still no scratch on you. Go off, all right? Oh, Lord. So Tommy was like, nah, it's only 9 o'clock. I still got more time. He goes to the bar, chop it up with Gloria, talking about, yeah, I think I'm kind of feeling this city. It just gives me a little vibe. You know what I'm saying? And then we see creepy Vic watching from outside. Tommy said, no, it's only 10 o'clock. I got time. He goes and snags a crib, okay? Earlier that day, he done, rolled past and saw there was a little for sale sign, in this little place. So he knocks on the place at 10 o'clock, okay? And the guy was like, I need more bread. Because Tommy gave him one knot. He said, I'm going to need 2 knots, all right? And so Tommy was able to easily get that establishment, okay? It's like an old converted firehouse. It was fire, okay? Giving me, industrial vibes, all right? So it's like 11 o'clock. Tommy says, I have more time. I'm not sleepy yet. We see Liliana over there watching television, minding her goddamn business. Her little spidey senses is like, oh, something ain't right. She was right. We see Tommy, and they get into a scuffle. She give Tommy a little run for his money, I ain't gonna lie. So she was like, yo, bro, like, what's going on? Who sent you? Like, what is tea, girl? And she was like, Tommy, I ain't tripping. I don't know what you're talking about. I word on the street, okay, and the drug dealer, mass text message that we signed up for. It told us that it was some white guy in a Mustang, new in town. And I was like, oh, that's Tommy. He coming to get me, all right? She did, but that's all Tommy. I mean, it was in a drug dealer newspaper. Like, what? I don't know nothing else. I don't know nothing else. All right. And so, in midst of, beating her up and trying to kill her, he's venting, talking about how Ghost, every time Ghost is over here trying to be, nice to the people, leave people alive, they come back tenfold. Okay. We already saw what happened with Maria Suarez. That's what happened when you have a hort, okay? Well, Tommy was like, you can't have no hort in this business, okay? So he over there and just miraculously was able to find some bricks. It looks like it was like the Jimenez stamp on them. And so he finds himself awakened with some drugs. And of course, he got the drop on Liliana. So of course, he's able to get the drugs. And he has work to do for tomorrow. End of episode. End of the episode. Tommy did all of that. He done got kidnapped. Did drops of heroin with multiple ethnicities, okay? And y'all notice Tommy ain't go to the hood. He ain't go to old block, okay? He knew what he was doing because he probably wasn't made out alive, okay? Because we ain't playing over there with Tommy, all right? And it's the thing. Tommy is a loner, okay? He's an out-of-towner. It would be so easy to kill this man. But he still is alive. And of course, he has to be alive because this is his show. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's a lot going on. And I think that, that was the general consensus of a lot of viewers. Like, how was he able to realistically do all this? Now, I know we talking about realistic as a show. I get it. But you could be more believable, okay? I think Raising Kanan is more believable, per se. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's TV, but it's a lot. You got all these crews that got all this quote unquote clout. that you're, that you're rubbing elbows with, but you're still alive. Okay. But we are going to continue to rewatch Tommy in Power Book 4 Force as he punked the hell out of the city of Chicago of a minimum of 6 times per episode. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed this recap and review. I actually enjoyed it because you really can't take it too seriously. Okay, you can't take it too seriously at this point. But I've enjoyed recapping it. Thank y'all for coming through. Please make sure y'all like this video, do all the things, share me. If you know people that want to watch Force, if you do find somebody out there that likes Force and like my content, please share me. Okay, I'm on a road to 900 subscribers. Okay, I need about 20 more subscribers. So if y'all know anybody, if your grandma don't know how to work her phone, download the YouTube app and just subscribe her. Okay, she don't gotta, I would like her to watch some stuff, but if she can't, that's fine. Okay, do your girl a favor. Do your girl a favor. DeMarcus, you said, without you being biased, who's a better character, Liliana or Effie? Oh, that's actually a great question. I feel like I thought of something similar before. I can't recall. Okay, I'm not being biased, okay? But I'm going to say Effie because we've seen more of her in different realms. Like we've seen her in a romantic relationship. We've seen, multiple emotions, multiple scenarios. We've seen her sell drugs, go to school, be vulnerable, be vicious. We haven't seen all those parts of Liliana as we did Effie. Liliana, I love her. She's probably one of my favorite characters in the Power universe as well. She was more diverse in the drug game, but we didn't see a lot of parts of Liliana outside of selling drugs. So I don't know how she would operate romantically or, in other spaces. But in terms of diversity, I'm going to say Effie. DeMarcus, you said Effie is not a liability like Liliana. Yeah. Liliana was doing too much. We're gonna get into that. That pissed me off. Because I feel like she could have been alive just a little more if she would have just set her baby behind in the house and ate some cereal. Okay, but we're gonna get there. Kim, you said Liliana. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love Liliana, and it's definitely a close, match. But I'm gonna say I'm a little more partial to Effie because Effie, I feel like, is more of a chameleon. She's able to put on a schoolgirl uniform and rock that. She was able to be a bougie girl with Diana and wear, high-end clothes and fit in there. She's able to be around the way girl and rock her bamboo earrings in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? She's able to wear her little lingerie and her little two-piece little, workout set when she over there with Tariq. And, you know what I'm saying? Liliana could not do as much because I feel like she feels like the scar was limiting her. But I feel like, girl, get some MAC. Okay, get some Fenty. Like, you could go ahead and blend in. That scar really wasn't that serious to me. It wasn't that deep. But I'm going to just say Effie. I know that's a long answer. Sorry, DeMarcus. Kim, I agree. Like, don't trigger me, girl. Because I'm still mad. I'm still mad that we really just let go like the best character on the show. Blows my mind. That's like killing Ghost in episode 3 of Power. Like, what do we do that for? Or even Tommy. Like, that's crazy to me. You said Liliana is more loyal though. Based on what we've seen, yeah. Based on what we've seen. Kim, you said Effie been around longer. I get it. Yeah, that's another factor too. We have more rapport. We have more content when it comes to Effie, so I'm able to make more of a more well-rounded. Oh, say that a million times. Well-rounded. What's what I'm looking for? Synopsis or whatever. With Effie. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Demarcus. I appreciate it, Demarcus and Samara, for the compliment. Thank you, Kim, whoever, everybody that came through, Matthew Wilson, Demarcus, Brillo. Let's see here. Mr. Jones, Queen, Candy Love, because Den. Thank you again to Demarcus for the super chat. I appreciate you. And yeah, all you guys that are watching the replay, I appreciate y'all too. Because y'all could be anywhere. So yes, check me out Thursdays, 8:15. We're doing a rewatch, of course. Do your homework, guys, because we're going to be reviewing episodes 3 and 4 next week. If you don't feel like doing your homework, I understand. That's what I'm doing for you, okay? So I'm your little cheat sheet, so please utilize me. All I do is ask that you like the video, okay, and watch. I don't care if you're in the shower, cooking, doing what you do to do. Just have me in the background playing, okay? Singing in the background. Shout out to Martin, if you get the reference. But y'all have a good evening. And I will see y'all next week for another rendition of Power Book for Force. All right, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Toodles.